Welcome to EPG Pathshala course. So far in this unit, you have studied about the emergence of new media in great detail. Also, you have studied about the growth and evolution of social networking websites, how they have emerged and whom they are catering to, how some of them have flourished and some of them have disappeared also in this digital race. In the last chapter, you have studied about web journalism, the intricacies and challenges involved with the field. That means by now you have gained an understanding of new media as a content provider and an alternate form of media. In the present module, that is economic sustenance of new media, we will be discussing about how these new media platforms are able to do what they are doing. That is, from where they are able to earn their bread and butter and how they are able to sustain in this digital rat race. So let us begin this module. The concept of new media and various digital platforms are clear to you by now. Digital media is huge and everything is becoming integrated. Digital media has made way for many highways in the existing communication infrastructure by making our conversations interactive, connected, and ubiquitous. Have you ever wondered how WhatsApp is able to provide free messaging service to millions of its customers, that too without any interruption in the form of advertisements? You must also have noticed that your Facebook timeline is continuously giving you options to buy products in which you have shown your interest recently by parking your search in the specific online highway. That means we are continuously watched and monitored. Websites of any nature make money. There is an operational cost attached to maintaining the website and providing free information and services. So students, let us now focus on our first business model, that is advertiser supported model. If you are not paying for the product, that means the product is you. The real transaction here isn't you receiving enjoyment in the form of a free temporary service or infotainment created by a media company at great expense. It is rather a well thought strategy that media company is renting your profile and online behavior to its advertisers. Facebook's average revenue per user amounts to $5.32 per year. Congratulations, you have been commoditized and you never knew about it. Multiply that by Facebook estimated user base, which is over a billion, and now you can understand why Facebook stock trades at 110 times earnings. To increase the customer base is the best strategy to make profits. Every acquisition Facebook has made since, whether it was $1 billion for Instagram or 19 billion US dollar for WhatsApp, was conducted with the same goal in mind. Moreover, for any social media to be popular, access has to be easy, free of cost, and hassle free. Using an advertiser supported model rather than charging each user individually is undeniably the easiest way for Facebook to garner as many users as possible. The profit equation is simple. The more users on the site, the greater the number of advertisers, and the more those advertisers are willing to spend to the site. This is the crux of the advertiser supported model, charging the advertisers directly and the customers indirectly. Let me share an interesting fact with you students. When Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg went looking for a chief operating officer in 2007, it is no coincidence that he selected not an engineer, not a technologist, but a vice president with a background in advertising sales. Sheryl Sandberg had spent 6.5 years handling advertising as a vice president at Google. Apart from this, there are a number of other ways by which new media earn their revenue. Now let us focus our attention on those models. E-commerce. Marketplace model. An online marketplace is a type of e-commerce site where product or service information is provided by multiple third parties, whereas transactions are processed by the marketplace operator. Online marketplaces are the primary type of multi-channel commerce and can be described as a simple and convenient portal to streamline the production process. Companies such as Amazon, Flipkart, and eBay make huge success while running on a marketplace e-commerce business model. This multi-channel model, when well executed, has proven itself to be one of the most profitable and popular. Marketplaces facilitate sales for third-party vendors by allowing them to sell products in one online marketplace. The entire marketplace runs on the same software infrastructure, enabling all sellers to distribute their distinct goods under the umbrella of one website. Now we move to the next model, which is direct or standalone e-commerce website model. You must have noticed while shopping online that certain brands have their exclusive e-commerce site. Suppose you want only Biba dresses from authentic store, then you can directly go to Biba online. It is a distraction-free buying process. In such type of business model, your e-commerce portal is a place for your brand to shine. It gives you a platform to highlight the value of your offering, to provide answers to questions your customers might have without having to bother them or your back office with phone calls or emails, and to quite simply give them a seamless experience. The exclusive brand e-store concept means that you are not forced to make pricing and positioning decisions that are specifically driven by a direct comparison to your competitors' offering. It gives you the chance to price your goods at a premium and opens up the opportunity to compete on customer service and easy e-transactions. For your understanding, here is an explanation of by diagrams where marketplace model shows how multiple brands are shown to you, while in a direct e-commerce website model only one brand is showcasing all its products to the customer. Now we come to the most simpler model, that is the direct ad model. This refers to direct advertising on the site. Again, it is not just any ad, but of those products which you searched a while ago. For instance, just be observant of your Facebook page the next time you open it on your desktop or laptop. It will be aesthetically displaying the stores you visited online looking for specific products, thus acting as a reminder. So this is an example of selling customer based ad space, and Facebook makes huge profit that way. Now students, we are going to discuss about the AdSense concept used by Google to sell products on their websites and search pages. We are all ardent lovers of Google. It has become our biggest storehouse of any kind of search and related information in the form of text, image and video. Over the years, Google has emerged as the biggest ad platform, being the unsurpassed ruler of search engine. Whenever you search through Google, the result page comes with listings of relevant search results. On the extreme right corner of the page comes related ads. For instance, if you search for a tablet of a specific price range, the Google platform will display a number of e-commerce websites from where you can purchase. Then there are ads on the panel itself occupying the top slot of search results. Here is an example of Google search on online insurance quotes, and you can see how the top page and the side page are occupied by ads. Worth mentioning, sometimes you come across review video content, another form of paid content, catering to benefit Google and also the buyer organization. The entire web page is categorized into different advertising space called spots, and advertisers have to bid for various spots depending upon their budget and priority. Now students, we are going to look into some interesting phases, how the concept of selling ad space and the way users interact with them have evolved over the time. Ad space of online medium has emerged through interesting phases. From positioning of display ads, banners, only text, only picture and interactive ads on one hand, it has evolved from users' point of view and engagement with the ad. For instance, in 1994, advertisers have to pay for showing their advertisement on cost per thousand impressions basis. For instance, if my ad is visible to 1000 viewers, then advertisers will pay X dollar. Then in 1997 emerged the concept of click-based payment or pay per click. If a customer clicks the ad, then only advertiser will pay to the hosting platform, also known as click-through. Later on, after the emergence of Google, came the concept of auction-based advertising model, in which by using certain keywords, viewers will be directed to related links of e-commerce websites in an attractive manner, who have already bought the ad space through a bidding process from Google. Now let me explain this with the help of an example as illustrated on your computer screen. For example, if a user searches for Honda City 2017 price, then the search page will result in relevant ads from where you can buy them. If you pay little attention, you can easily distinguish between real content and sponsored content. And though in very small, the word ad appears before the advertisement or sponsored web links. So this is how you can distinguish between ad content and the real content. Now something which is very popular among you students, YouTube. YouTube is another revenue generating platform that has opened up huge potentials for both advertisers and content providers. We love to see our favorite videos, news programs, archive of television programs, how-to videos, films, documentaries on this platform at one touch, click or push. Have you ever noticed the ways advertisements have been inserted on this platform in such a creative manner that the line between the real content and the advertisement content blurs? Generally, YouTube have three modes of running ads. These are in-stream ads. These ads are placed before the video and the user have to watch it for the first 5 seconds. There is an option of skipping the ad after 5 seconds. In this model, the advertiser pay YouTube only if the user watches over either 30 seconds or the full ad if the ad is of shorter duration, less than 30 seconds. If the user chooses to skip the ad option, then the advertiser does not pay anything. It is the easiest method of grabbing attention of the target audience. They are cost per view basis. Here is an illustration of the same. On opening 1+5 review video on YouTube, an in-stream ad of Samsung's corporate social responsibility automatically streams with the option of skipping ad. Then the most popular and common in-display ads, they also cost per view basis. Advertisers are charged when users decide to click on the videos either from related video suggestions on the top or right hand side of search result column. Then there is something called non-skippable ads. These are charged on the basis of number of impressions the ad is receiving. These ads cannot be skipped, and if you have to watch the video, you have to watch the full content of the ad which precedes your searched content. Now we move to web journalism or news websites. Journalism has undergone a dramatic shift led by technology. Today, most news publishers are focusing their attention on building digital and online presence. Here are some of the ways news websites are making money. Direct advertising revenue model. From banners to sponsored hyperlinks, advertising is the main source of revenue for most news websites. Companies can pay a straight fee to publishers to place adverts on their websites. Although pay per click is very popular. The likes of Google Ads and Microsoft Bing Ads are commonly associated with pay per click, and they have made huge profits by placing adverts on websites. There is an illustration in front of your screen. In the figure you can see how banner ad is placed on the e-portal of Business Standard. Next is the sponsored content. Companies pay big and popular publishers to run sponsored advertorial content on their site. Publishers often undertake consultancy work in specialist departments. Third-party brands pay proven publishers to create original content to promote products and services. Brand content can be anything from feature-length articles to advertising campaigns. The digital era has altered consumer patterns, which have pushed media practitioners to look for innovative ways to remain profitable. Sponsored content refers to original, authentic stories written to promote or advertise a company. Media houses are able to leverage their reputations to create branded stories that audiences are more likely to take seriously. This has in part attracted companies to advertise with news organizations. Web ranking. A site's web ranking can impact revenue too. Increasingly, publishers are investing in search engine optimization and practices to help get their sites at the top of search engine listings. Social networking sites very popular these days. By having a presence on sites such as Twitter and Facebook, news sites can gain more readers. News publishers have been known to run advertisements and sponsored promotions on their social media feeds. Subscription is another model how new media portals are gaining their revenue. Some large news organizations have resorted to using paywalls with their website, which require readers to sign up for a subscription so that they can access premium content or any content at all in some cases. Before you is the screenshot of Guardian newspaper, in which you can see the subscription and membership pages, in which there are certain laws and conditions on how much you have to pay and what will be shown to you by paying that much amount. Newspapers such as The Information, which is wholly based on subscription model, have shown media companies can still survive on this model. Subscription models are also largely dependent on targeting audience that not only value the content produced but are also willing to pay for it. Then there is donor funding or philanthropist. This type of funding comes in various forms including philanthropic backing, government funding, and corporate responsibility. Philanthropists generally give generous donations to promote good journalism. Then there is the concept of micropayments. With micropayments, readers pay a small amount to access a single article which is of their interest. Now coming to mobile application apps. Video game apps and many other apps can be downloaded free, but for entering into higher levels in a game, users need to upgrade, buy points, and engage in in-app purchases by paying real money. Some apps have stores within the app with different pricing for different resources. Ads also float freely in most of the free versions of apps as banner ads and insertions. Other sources. These are tablet-only subscriptions and Kindle subscriptions by which extra revenue can be generated. We have paid apps of reputed newspapers which charge content. Then there is the option of Amazon Associate Revenue, where you assign stories about products and make profit. Making and selling of innovative and original content videos and e-content for educational programs is another creative and economically sound option in the era of monetizing from new media. Affiliate is another technique when one gets paid for recommendation and showing preference to a particular web link by referencing to its URL and other details. Also, Google and YouTube pay to create video, podcast ads, webinars, product placement, getting paid for using products and reviewing them, referral, sponsored tweets, Facebook posts on a particular subject are some modes of making money over the digital infrastructure. In addition, ads in email, selling subscriber data, selling email lists, charging access to archive are other means of making money online. So with this, we have come to the end of this module. In this unit, we have discussed in detail about how new media is able to survive in this digital race, how they are able to generate revenue. First, we have seen about the advertiser supported model in which the customer itself becomes the product. Next, we have seen about the direct advertisement marketplace model and also standalone model in which e-commerce websites make money through different platforms. Also, we have seen how Google AdSense uses its auctioning model to sell space to online buyers. Then we have seen about YouTube ads, the three types of ads which YouTube have. Next, we have discussed about the news portals, how news portals make money through subscription, paywall, micropayments, and direct advertisement. In the end, we have focused our attention on mobile apps. So, I hope that with this your understanding of economic sustenance of new media is very clear. Thank you for watching.